How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Jose, aka TheNYCGeek, aka TNG, aka your Elden Lord, even the superheroes Elden Lord, aka the guy who I want to start off with a round of applause. That's what I want to do. I want to give a round of applause because applause has to be given when certain things are achieved. You know, I didn't think that anything could top Hawkeye. I really didn't, because Hawkeye was the worst MCU series on Disney by a long shot. Well, absolute long shot. The absolute character assassination of the titular character, the fucking desecration of the Kingpin after they fucking got the best villain that they could have gotten from the Netflix series, the hokey action with the tracksuit mafia. There's a million reasons why Hawkeye, why that show blew, and why so many people fucking hold it in so low regard. But somehow, some way, Miss Marvel has dethroned Hawkeye as the worst MCU show I have ever seen in a single episode. This is fucking incredible, because this is hands down the cringiest shit that has come out of Disney. It is awful. It is cancerous. It is like fucking biblical levels of horrible. If you had told me that this was one of the 10 plagues of Egypt that was unleashed on the Pharaoh, I'd believe you. I would have said, shit, I must have missed that somewhere, because it is so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. I can't imagine anyone who isn't the absolute most diehard MCU fan or a fucking shill that's been paid to enjoy this enjoy this show. Like, unless you are the most diehard MCU consumer who will just eat up everything that they give you, or you are a media site that's getting paid by Disney, I can't see you enjoying the show. It's not funny. It's nonsensical. The CGI is awful. I should highlight that. The CGI is terrible. And this is just the first episode. Okay, I'm sure it'll get worse when there's even more fighting. The Scott Pilgrim comic book insert shit, that gets annoying really, really fast. And I will say this, to be fair, I hated that stuff in Scott Pilgrim. So for you to, and I said that in my trailer review for this show. So calling it CW levels of bad almost feels insulting to the CW, because they've had good things on that network before, like Supernatural and Smallville. And I hear great things about Superman and Lois. I've never seen it, but I hear great things about it. But I don't hear great things about this show, especially not from sources I trust, from people whose opinions I would actually value. All I hear is the same tired excuses. If you hate this show, then you got to be a racist, that this show is being review bombed by trolls, even though they themselves are the ones review fluffing it. They're hiring bots to fucking lift up the scores with their one sentence reviews, or that it wasn't made for you. The same song and dance that Disney constantly, and the rest of these idiot media sites out there, will put as a smokescreen, because they hope to confuse and to misdirect any valid criticisms that you might have on the show. They'll say the same stuff. They have no defense against the criticisms. They'll just say the same old song and dance because they got nothing to back it up. And there are plenty of criticisms to be had with this show. Ton of them. I won't even have to spend too much time on the easy fact, the fucking easy slam dunk of a fact that this show is based on a character that's just not particularly popular. And no, do not let yourselves be deceived by the morons, and they are morons, at sites like Vox and The Direct and the sort. They will tell you that Miss Marvel is Marvel's most important character, that she's a phenom, and her first issue has reprinted 7 times, that she is this generation's Peter Parker, which is the worst thing you could have said to someone like me. But these boneheads will try their best to speak these things into existence. They want to keep telling you this trash over and over, these blatant lies, so that you'll believe them. But it's just not true. It's just not true. This character, much like many of the other Young Avengers, has constantly had their solo series canceled, okay? Over and over. Because no matter how many times they reboot her solo series, and they've rebooted it like near a dozen times, I believe, she doesn't sell. You can go over to Comitron and her issues shipped. They don't even ship, like, I think it's like 1,600, 2,000 shipped issues. That's not even the sold numbers, because the sales numbers are going to be lower. That's just what's shipped to the comic book store, not exactly what the comic book store is selling. She also, on top of that, she was the face of, and the main character pretty much, of the disastrous Marvel's Avengers game that Square Enix just put out, and it lost them hundreds of millions of dollars. Guys, Kamala Khan is not a popular character, okay? I know that Vox and them will tell you she's not. She's not. And another fucking peeve of mine, she is not the first Muslim superhero. I don't know where these guys keep saying that she is the first Muslim superhero. She might be the first in the MCU. And if you're going to say that, then you really should clarify it. But she's not the first in Marvel. That belongs to Soraya Kadir. And I hope I pronounced that name correctly. I'm pretty sure I did. But Soraya Kadir, better known as Dus, a Sunni Muslim born in Afghanistan that first appeared in the X-Men line back in 2002. Okay? She predates Kamala Khan by over a fucking decade. And the fact that these media sites are like, she's the first Muslim. No, there was already another Muslim character there. Okay? You guys might not like her. You may not be a fan of her, but she was the first Muslim superhero that came out in Marvel. Okay? So give credit where credit is due. And she has a way cooler powers. Way fucking cooler powers. And a better origin story. So get your fucking facts right. Okay? You're over here talking about, review bound. Get your fucking facts right. And I can go deeper. I can go deeper into Kamala, but I don't have to. Because again, this show is bad on its own. The first fucking 2 minutes of this terrible episode was them jerking off Captain Marvel. It's gotta be some of the most blatant Mary suing I've ever seen. And it's fitting because, and it's sadly fitting because Miss Marvel, the character, is a Mary Sue self-insert created by Sana Amanat. And I get that the character, she's a diehard Captain Marvel fan. I mean, statistically, with like billions of people on the planet, there has to at least be like one out there. But for fuck's sake, Kamala is shitting on the other Avengers. And it's something we see repeated in this episode, just constantly shitting on the other heroes to try and elevate Captain Marvel and by proxy, Miss Marvel. It's not funny. It's cringy. It does a disservice to any character who does that kind of stuff. It doesn't work. And all you're doing is shitting on established characters that are already beloved. And it's fucking bad writing. It's bad writing. This show is already doomed to failure. And it's only on its first episode and it's doomed to failure. And by the way, you'll notice one thing. All of my complaints with this show, none of these complaints have to do with the actors. If anything, the only good thing about this show are the actors. These poor actors who are saddled with fucking garbage. They're saddled with this fucking trash. It's not their fault. When Iman Vellani, the actress who plays Kamala Khan, I hope I said her name correctly. When Iman, who plays Kamala Khan, when she finally goes to Avengers Con, it was the only time in this episode that I smiled because I remembered what it was like back in 2003 when I went to my first convention ever, Big Apple Anime Fest. And it's a shame that this actress, that the rest of this cast has to take part in what is the worst show in the MCU so far. It's not their fault. It's not their fucking fault. Blame it on fucking Disney, on these terrible fucking writers. Blame it on them. It's their fault. It's not the actors. It's not their fault. Okay? So do yourselves a favor, people. Do yourselves a favor. Especially those of you who are sitting out there saying that this is the best television show you've ever seen. First off, go watch another show because you must not have seen much TV. Okay? Two, if you really want a show about teenagers struggling with high school or something, go watch the latest season of Stranger Things, which in my opinion has been the best season so far of the show. And it has a strong female lead in Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11, and 11 is an infinitely better character than Kamala Khan has ever been, okay? Or if you want to stay in the superhero genre, go watch The Boys instead, because that is the pinnacle in superhero storytelling right now, okay? Season 3 just came out, and another episode will be airing today, so you can see what actual good writing looks like, because it's not Miss Marvel. And from the looks of the future Disney Plus shows, with shows like Echo and Agatha and She-Hulk and the one with fucking Nick Fury on the horizon, this future looks bleak at best. There is, I will say this right now, there is little to no hope for the MCU anymore. And it goes to show, because they've been dwindling and their stock is dwindling, and it's good. It's good because as you continue to put out garbage and it continues to get rejected, that is the only way that these companies will wake up, stop attacking the fans, and realize, shit, we can't keep using the same old song and dance. We need to start making better writing. Make up better writing. Put some effort into your stuff. Don't give us trash like Kenobi and Miss Marvel and think that we have to sit there and consume it. We don't have to. There are other properties out there that we can watch that deserve your time, okay? Deserve your time more than this. Miss Marvel is already a fucking disaster, and I cannot see it getting any better. I can't. This is only going to get worse. It's fucking awful. Oh my God, like, I can't even with this show. Anyway, this has been the NYC Geek. Been me. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit it right now. As badly as I'm hitting this show because it deserves it, consider hitting, unless you're subscribed, then please don't hit that button. Instead, consider hitting the like, the share button. Hit it right now. Like, I am just in a fucking rage state because it's just this show is so fucking terrible. It's so cringy. I felt my fucking soul leaving my body like the fucking weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's how bad it was. Oh my goodness. Anyway, leave a comment if you're enjoying the show. If you're enjoying the show, let me know why you're enjoying it. Is it, I don't know. Tell me why you could possibly be enjoying the show. Or if you're hating it like me, then also leave a comment. I answer to every single comment. I respond to all of them. You can check. I respond to every single one of them. And if you haven't already, please make sure to follow me over on twitch.tv/TheNYCGeek, where I stream regularly on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And follow me on that filthy, disgusting cesspool that is Twitter. It's fucking gross out there. It really is. Remember always, your time is precious. I thank you for sharing it with me. I encourage you not to share it with Miss Marvel because your time is precious. Stay safe. Take care of each other, and I'll see you guys next time, all right? Be safe. Don't watch this fucking show. It's not worth your time. It really is not.